Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's talk about buying your first car. This is a huge moment, right? And it's probably one of the biggest financial decisions you're going to make early on in your life. It is super exciting, but, and this is a big but, getting it wrong can seriously set you back for years. So, how you get it right?
I love this quote from our source material because it just hits the nail on the head. This whole explainer isn't about getting the flashiest, fastest car on the block. Nope. It's about making a really smart, strategic choice that actually sets you up for financial success down the road instead of, tying you down with debt and surprise repair bills.
So, how do you find that car? The one that works for you? Well, you treat it like a game you can absolutely win. We've taken all the best strategies and put them into a simple playbook for you. If you follow these plays, I promise you are going to drive away a winner. Okay, first things first. Before you even open a single car buying app, before you look at a single picture, we have to talk about money. We've got to lay the foundation. Think of these as the unbreakable rules of the game that will protect your wallet and your future. All right, the very first concept you have to understand is this: total cost of ownership, or TCO. This is without a doubt the number one mistake first-time buyers make. They just look at that monthly payment. But the real cost, it's the payment plus insurance plus gas, and this is the one everyone forgets, a separate fund just for maintenance and repairs. If you ignore TCO, you're not just driving a car, you're driving straight into a financial hole. So here it is. This number is maybe the most important rule in the entire playbook: 20%. Your total transportation costs, and that's everything we just talked about: payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, should never ever be more than 20% of your monthly take-home pay. You stick to this one rule and you'll always be in the driver's seat of your finances.
So, what does that 20% rule actually look like? Well, it basically leads you to three main paths. Path one, the cash path, is honestly the smartest way to go. No debt, no interest, no hassle. Path two, conservative finance, is for when you need a loan but you're being smart about it. Now, path three, aggressive finance, you're heading into the danger zone here. You should only even think about this if your income is an absolute rock and your credit is stellar. For most first-timers, it's just not worth the risk.
Now, if you do decide to finance, you need a guardrail, a powerful one. It's called the 24-10 rule. It's a bit more specific than our budget rule, and it works like this. Put a minimum of 20% down, finance for a maximum of 4 years, that's 48 months, and make sure the total monthly cost is 10% or less of your gross income. This little formula is your best defense against a bad car loan. Seriously.
All right, now that we have the money rules locked down, we can get to the fun part: actually picking a car. But we're not just window shopping here. No, we are strategically building a roster, a team of reliable, all-star players that you can count on.
So let's look at the lineup. Our sources basically break it down into 3 tiers. Tier 1, your best bets. These are your superstars. Your Toyota Camrys, your Honda Civics. They're reliable, they're affordable to fix, they just work. Tier 2 is full of solid value picks. But Tier 3, you gotta be careful here. Those shiny, tempting luxury cars, for first-time buyer, they're almost always a financial trap. Let me show you exactly why.
So, why is Tier 3 so dangerous? It all comes down to the hidden costs, the maintenance. Just look at this. You could easily spend over $1,800 more every single year just to keep a used BMW running compared to a Toyota. That's an extra $150 every single month. That's a huge difference that has to come out of your budget.
Okay, so you've got your list, you've found a car you like. Awesome. But now it's time for the scouting mission. A pre-purchase inspection isn't some boring chore. Think of it as your secret intelligence operation. Your mission is to find out the truth about that car before you put your money on the line. Let's break down the mission into 5 simple steps. Step 1, paperwork. You need to see the Carfax and it has to be a clean title. That's non-negotiable. 2 and 3, get your hands dirty. Look at the body, check under the hood for obvious problems. Step 4, the test drive. Turn the radio off, listen for weird noises, feel for shakes or pulls. But step 5 is your secret weapon. Hire a professional mechanic. It is the best $150 you will ever spend because it can literally save you thousands in the long run. And while you're inspecting, keep an eye out for these. These are the absolute universal deal breakers. If you see any of them, the mission is over. You walk away, no questions asked, no excuses.
and pay special attention to that second one. If a seller refuses to let your mechanic look at the car, they are basically screaming, "I'm hiding something, just walk."
Okay, you've done your homework, you've inspected the car, you know it's a good one. Now it's game time. This is the final play, the negotiation. And this is the moment where all that preparation you did puts the power right back in your hands.
Listen closely because this is the oldest trick in the dealer's book. They will ask you, "So, what kind of monthly payment are you looking for?" The second you answer that question, you lose. They can get you any monthly payment by just stretching out the loan for more years and packing it with fees. So here's your power play. You ignore the monthly payment question completely. You negotiate one number and one number only. The total, out the door price.
And through all of this, you have to remember this one thing. Your greatest superpower, your ultimate negotiation tool, is your ability to stand up, say, "Thank you for your time," and walk right out that door. When you are genuinely ready and willing to leave, you hold all the cards. Trust me, there is always another car out there.
Getting the keys doesn't mean you've won. It's just the end of the first game. Now, the championship season begins. And that's all about smart ownership. The habits you build right now will end up saving you thousands of dollars over the life of this car. And look at that, we've come full circle, right back to the total cost of ownership. Every single month, your car budget must account for all of these slices of the pie, especially that maintenance fund. It's not an if you'll need it, it's a when. It's a mathematical certainty that car parts wear out. You need to be ready. So, down the road, you're going to face a big repair bill. It happens. How do you know if it's worth fixing or if it's time to move on? Well, here's a fantastic rule of thumb, the 50-50 rule. If a single repair is going to cost more than half of what the car is actually worth, it's probably time to start thinking about finding its replacement.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this one question. As you're about to sign those papers, just stop and ask yourself, is this car a tool that's going to help move my life forward to help me reach my goals? Or is it an anchor that's just going to hold me back with debt and stress? Make the smart choice. Your future self is going to thank you for it.